Here's your future in 4 chapters. This could be Barnet in 2020 if the Conservative-run council is allowed to give away more of our land, our services and our money to big business. How could it happen? By 2020, Barnet Council will have lost 125 million in spending power because of government cuts. Their response is to privatise our services to save money. Did it work with parking? The private company issued 160,000 tickets last year, putting off shoppers and hitting shops hard. Yet they made such a mess of their job that part of it had to be brought back to the council to be done properly. Then there's death. It's been privatised. 1 year into the contract, that company is introducing massive price increases and new charges to make profits, even selling you a DVD of your floodlit funeral. So how will the cuts affect our services? So far, the cuts have hurt the most vulnerable. Council cuts to home care mean that fewer people get the help they need. That slows down patients being discharged from hospital and in turn prevents people like you and me, our friends and our family, getting the care that they need in hospital. That's why we've got hospital crisis, and that affects us all. Many libraries will be shrunk by nearly 90%. Others will close. Those that stay open will have no staff most of the time, and children won't be allowed in then. And they'll be run by a private contractor for profit. We will all be asked to take on more responsibility. Gritting our roads, staffing our libraries, cooking and caring for the elderly and disabled, and cleaning and locking up our parks. The council say it's your responsibility. We call it passing the buck. How the cuts affect our communities. Barnet's giving away our land to private developers to regenerate social housing, but most of the developments will be expensive new homes for sale, and social housing rents are being raised to unaffordable levels. Local communities are being socially cleansed. Many of the essential staff at our hospitals, cleaners, caterers, nurses and paramedics, live in social housing. As people are forced to move away, recruiting hospital staff will be increasingly difficult. Imagine how this will affect hospital care. Private companies taking over council services pay much lower wages to make savings. Many of their staff end up depending on in-work benefits, which we all pay for through our taxes. All of us are subsidising big business profits with our council tax. So what can you do? Barnet's frozen council tax for the last 4 years, and this year cut it just 6 weeks before the election. It saved you 23 pence a week. Now it's preparing budgets through to 2020 with more massive cuts to services. But a recent YouGov poll showed that people favour spending on public services over deficit and tax reduction. If Barnet had increased council tax by just 1.99% each year since 2010, as they're allowed to, by 2020 we could have avoided over £100 million worth of service cuts. If, like us, you think the council is wrong, tell them. Tell them loudly, tell them often. Join a group to make your voice louder. There is an alternative, a fairer way that ensures we all benefit and we all live in a fairer Barnet.